Welcome to this virtual PD Zoom session. We're going to have a look at Google Level 1 certification. My name is Leslie Altman and I am e-learning mentor at Catholic Schools Office in Lismore. So for the next 15 or 20 minutes, we're going to look at what it entails to undertake a Level 1 certificate. So just before we start, I need to advise you that this webinar is going to be videoed for future participants. And if you have a microphone on at the moment, it might be a good idea to turn it off because it interferes with the one speaker at a time. So if you can introduce yourself in the chat and any questions, pop them in the chat and I'm sure we'll have them answered before long. So I'd like to introduce your presenters. Andrew Burgess, e-learning and data consultant from Catholic Schools Office in Lismore. So if you'd like to say hi to Andrew.
Everybody, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Andrew. And Tracy Catling, a classroom teacher from St Augustine's, Coffs Harbour, e-learning mentor as well. We're pleased to have you on the team.
Good afternoon, everyone.
So let's have a look at the agenda. It looks big and it looks busy, but we're flexible. And but basically what we want to do in this session is to give you an idea of what kind of training that Google offers teachers, what exactly is Google for Education Level 1 certificate, what's the curriculum entail. I'd like to hear from you as to why you're interested to achieve Level 1. And then I'm going to ask Tracy later on to give us an insight into what she's gained from achieving Level 1. Has it made a difference in her learning and teaching? I'm also going to take you on a little tour to show you where the training materials are located and a little bit about the Level 1 exam. And then I'm going to pass it on to Andrew Burgess so he can give us a CSO perspective on where we can go to from now. So let's get started. What does the Google training offer teachers? Well, what it offers teachers are these 4 certificates. The first 2 you can see is Level 1 and Level 2. Level 1 is foundation level for teachers wanting to acquire skills and knowledge at that foundation level. Level 2 is a more advanced training and certification. The last 2 certificates enable educators to lead training workshops for teachers on behalf of Google around the world. And people who have completed the trainer and innovator certificates are listed on Google's directory and they can work anywhere in the world. It is worldwide recognised. Let's have a look at what is Level 1 all about. I've just put a very basic summary there and you can see that it's designed for teachers who wish to demonstrate a proficiency in using Google for Education tools. Now what I mean by Google for Education tools is your Google Drive. Every file that's located in Google Drive, you know, your docs, sheets, forms, drawings. It also includes Google Calendar. The Chrome browser and the extensions, Chromebooks, sites, Blogger, Google Keep, Science Journal, that's new, and Maps and Google Earth. And there's, I've noticed there's something new only yesterday, but I'll tell you about that later. So the Google One curriculum, as you can see, what it focuses on, the Google tools, digital citizenship, copyright, but it's broken into 3 units and it's organised into 3 themes, dealing with professional growth and leadership, productivity tools, and facilitating student learning and creativity. So we have a visitor and we'd like to welcome Larissa, and perhaps you can tell us about why you might be interested to do Level 1.
I suppose working with Tracy,
been getting more into technology over the last couple of years, and having Tracy, I'm lucky enough to work with Tracy. She sort of motivated me a bit more to look at different things and the uses of Google. So I just, as a teacher and looking towards the future, just the way in which I can utilise that more, and I suppose be more proficient and try and be a better teacher and look at different avenues.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, thanks. So if there's anything you need to ask, just pop in and ask. We don't want to just breeze past you. So I'd like to hand over to Tracy now. So Tracy can give us an insight into what she's gained from achieving her Google for Education Certificate Level 1, and what sort of impact has it made on your classroom teaching and your learning?
Yeah. With the Google for Education Certificate Level 1, it was kind of the stepping stone into knowing a little bit more about what Google was capable of doing. 2016, I went to a GAS summit with Leslie and saw the benefits of all the Google suite and what it had to offer and how teachers were using it. So when I came back, I decided to attempt Level 1, and it was probably a big step for me in terms of, it's daunting because it is a 3-hour exam and not knowing what to expect. But the 30 or 40 hours in the lead up to doing it and working through the course materials actually improved my teaching by giving me ideas on how teachers could use the key main parts of the Google suite, the mail, the spreadsheets, I think it's slides as well, but how I could use them in my classroom for lessons and for lesson planning. And then for the exam, it was just cementing what I already knew, and I was actually surprised when I made it through to the end and got the congratulations.
Yeah,
and
it's always a good feeling.
Yeah.
It really is. I've just noticed that. Tracy, is there anything else you want to add to that?
No, not at the moment. I think that's...
We'll jump back in again later on if you need to, but I've just noticed that Narelle has popped in. Do you want to introduce yourself, Narelle?
Hi, I was trying to turn my video off.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Late, I had kids and parents. Narelle Edmonds at Mount St Pat's Primary Additional Needs Teacher.
So can I put you on the spot now and ask you, what's your interest to do Level 1?
Yes, you can put me on the spot.
Thank you.
I probably just want to be a lot more proficient with using, the Google tools that can help me in my work and help teachers in their work. So a lot of what I do is supporting teachers to teach kids with disabilities, but I'm sure there's things out there that I could be doing better if I knew more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I'll just jump in here. The Google certificate it has to be renewed. It used to be renewed every 2 years. I think prior to that, it had to be renewed every year. But now it's renewed every 3 years. Now, this is the third time I'm doing it, and the curriculum is slightly different because Google keeps updating tools. And last night I found 2 whole new units that I didn't know existed. And I quickly messaged Tracy with a picture and I said, do you know anything about this? And so it's very new. So it's quite exciting because we're learning new things all the time.
Can I butt in just for 1 second, Leslie? Yeah. And I noticed I recently, prior to applying for the Google Innovator, had to resit the Level 2 because my time was up. And I noticed 1 or 2 different things were like, oh, I don't remember doing that. And then what you showed me last night was another thing. So they are constantly updating it.
Yep, exactly. So I'm going to take you for a little tour in a while, but we'll just pop along here and have a look at the training. What I'm going to do is see if I can do some tricky stuff here with sharing. Yes, here we go. That link I'll put on the YouTube description, but you can look for it by going to the Teacher Centre. And it's arranged in Level 1, 2, Trainer and Innovator. So I'll have a look, just take you into my training here. And as you can see, every time I complete a unit, I get some sort of an idea of where I am in the 13 units of work there. But I'm going to take you down to, I think it was, oh, there's my mouse going again. I think it was level 10, unit 10. There it is there. In unit 10, it gives you an outline of what you're going to learn and what tools are going to be covered and what skills you need. It gives you an opportunity to have a quick update on those skills if you need to before you move on to the next area. And I've signed in, so it has a record of it tracks my certificates and my progress. So we're going to the next one. It will take you through enhancing presentation with slides, engaging your students. You can still learn more by clicking on any of the links there. I'll just get these videos out of the way. And so in this Unit 10, it gives you all these different levels. This is something new that Tracy discovered only a few months ago. Was it only a few months ago that you discovered this and you've been using it or want to try it out in your class? So, Science Journal. Can you tell us a bit more about that, Tracy?
So it's an app that enables you to record science experiments as you conduct them. So it does it on light, on acceleration, barometer, it measures things and then it collects the data that students can then send back to their drive and then use as a part of their science reflection as well. And it can record pictures and images and videos to go along with it.
So that's something that's really exciting to explore. This is the one I discovered last night while I was doing my study. This is Your Plan, Your Planet. I haven't gone into it a lot. It deals with energy, water, food and stuff. And so it's interactive explorations. And this is the little lesson check that you get at the end of every unit. And it's self-marking. You can check the answer and then you can go on to the next particular unit. But I'm ready to do, got 5 out of 5. Oh, that's nice. We've had a little peek and we all have to provide evidence of our learning. And there is an exam at the end. You're given 3 hours, which is plenty of time because, as Tracy knows, when you come across something that you thought you knew and now here it is in the exam, it's an open book exam. You can go looking, you can go Googling. So really, it's not only testing out your skills and your knowledge on performance-based scenarios, but it also tests out your skills for research. Once you've completed that training material, you get extra credit. So it's really important to do every unit and every little self-marking test. You register for the exam. I think nowadays it's like $20 or $25, but it might be $30 Australian. I'm not sure. And it says it'll take up to 48 hours for you to get your testing material, but sometimes it's 10 minutes. And I think you've got about 7 days to take that exam. And they give you a little dummy account, so you're not actually using all of your own Google Drive. They create a completely isolated one in your incognito browser. And there are multiple choice questions and there are performance task-based scenarios. And yes, you need a working camera because they do take photos of you doing the work and hopefully not having someone next to you telling you what to do. If they see anyone wandering around behind you or looking at the screen, well then I don't think you're going to pass. So that's a very rushed, very brief outline of what Google One Level 1 certificate is all about.